welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am talking with Carlee today. I'm so excited to chat all about your journey of just being a web designer, launching a day rate. Like, you've done so many things. And so I'm really excited to learn more about what it's looked like behind the scenes and just like dive into all the things, whether it's sexy or not so sexy. I just want to get really into like the nitty gritty of what it looks like. Because I know that it will be really inspiring. And I also want to just paint like a very realistic picture. If someone is going to be watching this, they'll be like, holy shit, I want this. I can do it. Or maybe they're like, okay, maybe I'll wait a few months, and that's totally okay. But I just want to really show people what it's like to take this journey. So Carlee, thank you for being here. Why don't you tell the people who you are? Fill us in a little bit.
Okay, so I'm based out of Omaha, Nebraska. So I have a background in I actually went to school for music. I went to a private liberal arts college. So when you're talking about college, I feel that.
So I'm talking shit about you. No, I'm just kidding.
I fell for it, so it's fine. So I invested a pretty penny in college. That was like, so I went for music, like I said, but I also studied business at the same time. So between like piano theory and law, I also took like Photoshop too. So I got a very like wide range of things. So I've always really loved, like composition and color theory and all that kind of stuff. And my mom is an artist too. We owned an art gallery growing up. So art has always like been all around me all the time too. So yeah, I'm very creative, but I'm also analytical at the same time. So I really do. Anyways, so I went to college, did all that, graduated as soon as I possibly could, and then moved back to Omaha, where I was kind of just like lost. And I knew I had this like huge stack of debt that I was going to need to pay off really quickly. So I honestly just took the quickest route into making money, which happened to be retail management specifically, which I learned a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's like a whole, you were in the service industry, it's like when you're dealing with the public face to face and like just constantly putting out fires and you're working a crazy schedule, it like really gets to you. And then I did that through the pandemic and I was like, I need to get out of here. Like,
your nervous system, like our nervous system.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. I was so burnt out. And I had been doing photography part-time on the side since I graduated from college. So, and I wanted to like try that. I wanted to go all in, and I'm like, this pandemic has showed me like, if not now, like when. So I really just wanted to like take that leap of faith. And my husband was like, he's always been super supportive. I literally could be like, I want to farm rutabagas. And he'd be like, perfect, let's do it. So very supportive husband. So thank God for him. But, so I did that, and I did it over the summer, this last summer. So I went full time in my business in like end of May, beginning of June. And I had a fantastic summer, obviously with, photography and everything. And then I live in Nebraska, so it gets cold like starting October 1st. And I was like, knowing that in August, I was like, I need something else. I need like to add something to my services. Like I don't want to have a slow season in my business. I want to be busy. I want to, grow. And I was scrolling on TikTok one day, and I was not a TikToker throughout the pandemic. Like, it was something I found over the summer, and you kept popping up on my For You page. Like, I was like, I love that you were just so honest and real. And you're like, this is how you make money, and I'm going to show you how. And I was like, take my money, please, just take it. And I just love how honest you were about the whole thing. And you're like, that was really inspiring to me. And you're like this young woman who's like investing in herself and like, just doing the damn thing. And I was like, I want that. Like, show me how to do it. I'll pay you whatever. Like, just show me. So I found you in August. I think I did like the CEO of Showit. I know I did that one first. I think I signed up for a newsletter and got it on a discount or something. And then I did that, and I was like, okay, cool. And I actually was using Showit for my photography website. And I had redesigned it myself. And I was like, I don't know, it took me probably 100 hours to make one page, like trying to figure everything out. And then I did
all been there.
Right. Right. So I did the CEO show and I was like, oh my God. So then I redid my website and I was like, this was so much fun. And I got to add like the photography element to it. I also do videography. So I got to add that to it. And I was like, this is like just a whole other element where I can bring all of these things that I have in my toolbox together. And I was like, this is it, so.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. I feel like some people don't even realize that web design can be such an outlet that not only is profitable, like it can help your life in a lot of ways, but it can also be a really fulfilling path, which is something that's so important to me because I've talked a lot about, I never wanted a career that I had to wake up and be like, man, I hate what I do. This is so snooze. I really wanted something passion filled and to be able to be creative. And I love that you mentioned earlier that you both are creative and analytical, which I do think is very beneficial for this industry. Do you agree? Have you found this helpful?
Yes. 100%.
But it's so crazy. It's like, if you just try and apply yourself, you could unlock this whole world of like, yes, it's a career, but it's also could be like a hobby. Like I hear so many people being like, oh, I do web design as like a side hustle or like passion project. I'm like, well, why the hell are you not charging for it? Like make money.
Yeah. It was just like the missing piece. And now, so after that I took CEO of Showit and then I don't remember how I saw the library bundled with the day rate and I was like, I took one look at the library and I was like, snatch that. And then I took the
you did day rate Accelerator, right?
Yes. Yeah.
First round. Yes.
Yeah. And then I was like, I feel like I'm just missing a few pieces. Like if I wanted to take on bigger projects, because when I had launched my beta, I had gotten quite a few inquiries. And then there were some that didn't really fit the day rate VIP day where it was like more of a shop and more of this full thing. So then I was like, I feel like there's a few things in like Wealthy Web Designer I should probably know. So then I took that one too. And then I felt like super equipped. I had the library, I knew how to do a day rate. And I was like, I knew all of the nuance of, having the whole, Wealthy Web Designer now too. I was like, I'm ready. This is amazing. I love that.
So you're doing day rates, like a website in a day and custom work. So you've done both. Okay.
Yep.
How has it been learning how to do those? Like, are they so different for you? Do you feel like they're similar and you just need different like techniques and tools on the back end, or how has that been to like learn and juggle?
I think because the first thing I offered was a day rate, which is probably backwards, now that I like have gone through the journey. But I'm a pretty quick learner, or she said so humbly. I think that I was hesitant to do it because I had never offered a website, but I was like, you literally spell it out from like, this is where you start to this is how you offboard, like with everything you need. So I was like, if anything, it's at a beta rate. So like my clients know that this is like something I'm testing out. And honestly, it was like, I felt like I had all the tools. It was just the confidence in myself and my like design skills day of, and being able to talk and communicate and like really listen to your client and see what they need and to be able to emulate those things for them.
Yeah.
I think that was a thing that like, that's something that you have to figure out yourself. Like that sometimes can't be taught, but everything else I had the knowledge for. So that I felt really equipped. So that versus like the custom projects, a lot of the custom projects I do are bigger just simply because I'm doing photo and video for them too, which is like amazing. Yeah. And it's really nice because I wish I had something like that when I was trying to create my website, is like a photographer, a videographer, and someone who could do my website. So I'm not having to like piece all of these different services together. So those are what make my custom projects a little more laborious and like long, but those are my favorite ones to do because you literally see this whole thing come together. And it's just,
I love that.
Yeah, it's really
I love that so much because obviously as a creative, like your vision gets to be through and through, like you're not trying to piece different creative perspectives together. And I think that that's so unique and also really cool that you have multiple different skills and you've been able to blend those all together so that it's now like this like full inclusive experience. And I think so many people maybe don't think about those things of like what other things do you have that you can give to your client? Like so many people are like, oh, well, I do copywriting. Like, can I add that? I'm like, yes, obviously. Like, and so it's really cool that you're able to, obviously you took the time to learn photography. And now that you're a web designer, you didn't just like ditch that and like lose that skill. You're able to now blend them two together and create like this full amazing experience for your clients.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it was just like the infusion of the web design just really took it to a whole nother level that I personally before August never thought my business would go there. And so I'm just like so grateful I came across you on TikTok because it has literally changed my life, my business. Like not to be sappy, but like I got in a car accident in December, right? I previously would not have been able to take time off from retail to like really heal and get better. And honestly, that's the thing for me is like my freedom to set my own schedule, to rest when I need to rest, to be able to cater to my clients and also cater to myself and not get super burnt out and spend time with my husband and take vacations whenever I want, not have to ask anybody. Like that is why I do it. Like, yes, the money is nice, but like freedom to just like live your life is like, that's what I want. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
100%. I mean, even as you're saying that, because I relate to all of that, like, yes, the money is amazing because it honestly lets you have more freedom and lets you be able to enjoy those things. But like, even just the downtimes of like the times that you wake up and you're like, hey, I'm not really feeling too hot. I'm going to lay down on the couch and watch a movie all day. Like to be able to just choose and have the choice, I think is so incredible. And to be able to really honor your body and all of that. Like, I really do think that we'll be able to live way longer because we get to create this like stress-free environment for ourselves as much as we can. I really do think that it's like the cherry on top. Like there's so many reasons why, but I love that. And I think that even some people can't comprehend that or like can't understand it as much even until you really get it and you have like a week where you've been able to do exactly what you want and honor yourself, and at the end of the week you're like, holy shit, like I just created my days to look exactly how I wanted to. Like, who am I to do that? But like you can achieve that, and it's so incredible.
Yeah. If I want to make a Starbucks run at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday, I freaking can. I don't have to tell anybody I'm leaving or anything. Like,
oh my God. Yes. 100%. It's so funny. I don't know if you've been seeing, but I did a reel of 5 reasons why I'm unemployable. Did you see that?
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Okay. Yes.
So I just filmed another one this morning of 3 more reasons why I'm unemployable. And I literally said, I need to be able to do what I want to do. If I want to go to Target and get Starbucks, I want to be able to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. My mom always says like, even from a young age, like you could not tell me what to do. My nickname was literally me do, because like if someone tried to like do it for me, I'd be like, no, me do. Like I do not do well with authority and I'm very self-aware. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, that's why this whole journey for me has just been amazing, because I, like I said, I get to do whatever I want and there's no cap either. Like, that's one thing I was experiencing in retail. I was putting in, 60, 70 hours a week. And they're like, here's a 3%, pay raise for which doesn't even cover inflation. And I'm like,
I know.
Yeah, I literally had to call 911 3 times this last week. And you're saying that I get 3%? No. I was like, no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good for you for claiming, like, first of all, acknowledging that you can have more, but then also like claiming it and then taking action to do it. And now it's January. So you haven't even been in it for that long. You said August, like it's so crazy what happened in just a few months when you really do apply yourself. But fill us in on like what it's looked like since starting in August.
Yeah. So I purchased CEO of Showit in August.
Okay.
And then like a week later or 2 weeks later, I purchased the day rate, binged that in like a week and a half or so. And then in October, I think it was October 10th is when I launched my like beta round or whatever. And I booked, I think I had all 3 spots filled by Wednesday, and I did it on a Monday. And so then one of those turned into like a really big project with photo and video. And I think that one was over $7,000. Like in the first time I had ever like launched a service.
Were
And
you
I,
shitting your pants? Were you
yes,
like, what is this?
yes. And the thing is like, this is one thing I wanted to mention is like, I cannot give enough credit to the community you've built. There's so many girls that I like reached out to like, I was nervous to take on this project. I had questions about what my client needed or wanted. And because I had limited knowledge, I hadn't taken Wealthy Web Designer yet. I had reached out to a couple of people to see like the scope of this. Would this be okay? Do I, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they literally were like, yeah, but make sure you charge this and, make sure you look into this and, this, that, the other. And I was terrified, but like everything else I wanted was on the other side of that fear. So I just had to believe. And the thing is with web design, everything's figure outable, like there's like, yes, design elements and, and being creative and all that kind of stuff. But like, really, if you ask questions, if you do your research and you like, just like look around, there's really nothing that you can't like figure out. So
yeah, very true.
That community that you built, like literally is outstanding. And it's like, it's just such a like a freedom to know that you can like go to a group of people and not feel like you're going to be judged for the questions you have or you need to ask. And you're going to get great advice, and that's the thing is like, that's incomparable to anything else, so I launched that. I got the 2 VIP days, like a custom build, which was really long. And then I did those went really well. There are some things that I tweaked and changed just how I ran the day. But they were long days. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I think one of them only ended at 5. The other one went a little longer, but that was because of the feedback that I needed from the client and they weren't available. But they both loved their websites. The custom one that I did, she was so sweet. She was the ideal client. She's booking me for another one too. That's coming up later in the year. Like it was just, it was amazing. And I used the library to do most of her design too. And that library is worth literally every cent. Like, and you update it all the time, which I didn't realize was like a part of the deal. And I was like, dang, that's so cool. So thank you for that personally.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. Okay, so for the custom one, you said that was like a $7,000 package that included photo and video. So what the site itself was like maybe 3,500?
Yeah.
Okay. So the library, you got it with Day Rate Accelerator. So it was $1,800. And obviously it doesn't like expire after that one site, like you get to use it forever. But do you feel like in order for like, how much time do you think it actually saves you or even just headache for that 4K website to use this resource? Like if you could ballpark.
Honestly, me personally would not be able to do day rates without it. It is essential for me. I mean, because I haven't done it that long, I'm not as quick with the design portion of it. And it's literally just nice to have something to like, sometimes when I step onto that call and I have to do it that morning and I'm not feeling it, you got to do it anyway. So it's nice to have a resource where you can like dip into creatively and pull from. To be able to get the job done. And it's not like it's like the bottom of the barrel designs. Like these are fire designs. Like it's not like some basic ass design that you're like having to like, I guess I'll use this one. It's like, no, there's 4 options and I can't decide between the last 2, So it's just like you can't put a price on it. I know that doesn't answer the question, but like the time it saves, just like the quality of the designs that are in there, like I mean, I personally starting out, if I wouldn't have had the library, if I just did the day rate, it probably would have taken me way longer to launch because I wouldn't have felt as confident without it for sure.
God, I love that. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. So let's talk about money for a sec, if you're cool with that. So you charge, was the $7,000 package the highest package that you've sold to date?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And that was the first week of you launching this? Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's crazy. First of all, congrats.
Thanks.
So with all in all, what's like been your highest month to date in your web design business so far?
I think it was just under $11,000. Yeah.
That is crazy. So do you mind me asking, when you were working retail, what you were making? Like when they offered you the 3% raise, what was
I think I was maybe making like 6,000 before taxes, like, you know, 6 or 7. Yeah.
Okay. So
And that
just
was
shy of double.
yeah. So that was working like 50 to 60 hours a week with a 45-minute commute one way.
Oh
So
my God.
the hourly rate is like what, $2 after you get done?
I love that you brought up hourly. If you could ballpark, how many hours a week do you feel like you put into your business? Like including everything, like actual client work, social media, like all the things.
I would say when I'm like really heavily like editing and stuff like that, for sure 40, I would say. But the thing is like, it doesn't feel like 40 because it's whenever I feel creative or I feel when I want to do it, you know? But I would say when it's like a chill week and I can work on like my website and like some back end stuff, like 30, you know, and that's like, if I have a lot to do too. So it just, you know, it's definitely not 60, that's for sure.
And it's 30 to 40 hours of work that you enjoy, that you're like choosing to do. I feel like people don't even understand that for the most part, everything that you do in your business is your choice. Like even the social media, what you want to do, or do you want to do TikTok? Do you want to do this? What clients are you accepting? Like all the work that you actually do is your choice, which is the coolest, like most empowering thing about it all.
Yeah. And I will say now that I'm October, November, December, January, 4 months in, I'm like deciding now that I've gone through, you know, 7, 8 clients now that I'm like deciding who I want to serve and how I need to then change my brand to attract those people.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like having a rebirth of my own, not to be dramatic, but of like who I want to be now that I feel comfortable saying, yeah, I'm a web designer, you know? And that's just like, that's something that I never envisioned for myself. So it's a whole other like level of like creativity that I now get to step into and like decide for myself what that looks like for me. And that's exciting too.
Yeah. And it will just be like the catalyst to this whole new adventure. Like you're just a few months in and you've accomplished so much already. Like, honestly, I'm so proud of you for all that you've done so far. And the fact that you're already at a position where you're going to rebrand and you're going to really go inward and see like what this business means to you. Where do you want to take it? What's your vision with it? It will truly just lay like the foundation for the upcoming year, 2, 3 years of you really just growing this into exactly what you want it to look like, which is the coolest fucking thing about it all. Like it's all about you. It's like, it really is the most. Like you're serving people, you're getting to really create an impact and help people, but also you can make everything about you. Well, how will this benefit me? Which is just, I think that it makes you live happier, you know? Like,
well, and the thing with that is like, and I even talked about this, I made a TikTok about this, about like, I felt like when I started, I had to just say yes to everybody. Like I needed the experience, which there is a part of that I do believe is important. Just like getting out there and saying yes and learning. I do think that is like a part of the process for sure. But now that I have discovered what works for me, I can change it to tailor it because whatever works for me is going to work best for my clients, because that if I'm operating at a level that, you know, brings a better level or caliber of work, then obviously that's going to benefit my clients.
Yeah.
So it all kind of just like works in tandem. Yeah. The beginning is like, it is a little bit more stressful because it's something new, you know, but like, you got to start somewhere. Like, of course, my first website was not that great. Of course, the first website in a day that I do is not going to be my best website in a day, but like,
how can it be? Like you're learning. Yeah,
exactly. But it's like, once you start and once you at least get like one under your belt, or even like, I kind of did a test run a couple days before where I like set aside like how I would go through everything and kind of like have a mock-up client and, you know, whatnot, just to kind of like pace myself and see where I was at. And it's just like getting that repetition under you. And then I feel like I'm out of that now where I can like really become who I am with this new service. So very exciting.
Well, I'm so excited to just watch your evolution and furthermore, just grow into a business like leader and also just like this creative that clearly you were born to be. And I think it's so cool that instead of, you know, society, I really do feel like tries to shut that out so much. Like if you're born creative, odds are by the time you're done through high school, like you will be half of what you were born to be. You know what I mean? And if you can try and have an outlet that lets that shine, it really is so magical. And I'm freaking pumped for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely believe in that too. I was even saying to some of my friends, like, I feel like this is the first time in my life, in my career, that I'm not trying to change or be something to get the next job, to get the next promotion. I get to be like who I am and my highest self. And then that's going to attract the people that are supposed to work with me. I'm not like asking for someone's permission to do better, to be the next whatever, you know, and that's very enlightening, you know, having almost 30, like this is the first time that I'm like, I'm doing this for me and I'm going to be me and it's going to work out, you know.
Oh my God, goosebumps. Love that. Okay, so I'll finish it out with, what is one thing that you're like so excited for coming up in the next few months, 6 months, a year, whatever it looks like for you?
Oh, I think just really tailoring my personal brand to be able to reflect who I am and really be able to showcase the things that set me apart, especially because not a lot of web designers offer photography and videography. And that's, I think, why people are attracted to my brand, is because I offer those things. And just really being able to expand that and really hone that process too. That's probably what I'm most excited for. And just like the unknown of like where it could all take me, you know, like in July, if you would have told me that I was having 10K months and working from home and, you know, like I would have literally stopped in my tracks and cried. Like, like I would not have believed you. And now here I am with time freedom and, you know, making more money than I ever have and being able to spend time with my husband and my dog and take vacations and do whatever the hell I want is like the dream.
Living the best life. Oh my God. Yeah. So where can people come hang out with you? Because I know people will be like wanting to become your friends. You're just so cool. Where can you become besties?
So my Instagram handle is just at Carlee McKee. That's a lot of E's. And then my business TikTok is Carlee McKee Film and Photo. So
love it. Well, thank you so much for this interview. I know that it's going to inspire so many people and I cannot wait for everyone to see your amazingness, because you truly are such an amazing light in this world.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for creating this avenue for the rest of us creatives that were feeling stuck and needed a way out, because you really just waved that white flag for us.
My pleasure. All right. Well, bye.